Performing Gaming 420. Nothing can compare to what could have been.
And I'm on my way. I'm on the Long Island Expressway, getting ready to come through the Midtown Tunnel, go to the Garden. I take my cell phone. I call Paul Heyman. I've never told this story publicly. And I said, Paul, it's Taz. He goes, what's going on? Now, we hadn't spoken for a long time, you know. I go, I'm assuming you know where I'm going right now. He goes, I thought you'd be there by now. He goes, you're going to the Garden, you know. I said, yeah. And he goes, congratulations. He goes, I know that means a lot to you. And I said, yeah, it does. You know, it's choking me up right now because I've always had three goals when I first started wrestling. And they were, I've always wanted to just make a living as a wrestler. Didn't matter how much money I was making. I just loved it and I wanted to make a living. Second, I wanted to hold any kind of championship at least once in my career, any kind, because it meant that the company put stock in you that you could hold a championship. And it didn't matter what type of anyone. And the third was I always wanted to wrestle at Madison Square Garden, just one time. And I figured while I was in ECW and everything was going great, well, 2 out of the 3 goals aren't bad. Because I knew working for ECW, I'd never get to work at the Garden. But then when I left ECW and I knew I was going to debut for the WWE at the Garden, I'm like, geez, my goals have been completed. You know what I mean? And anyway, Paul says, I know it's important to you that you're going to wrestle at the Garden. He goes, I'm proud of you and I'm happy for you. And, you know, he's like, well, what, he said, why'd you call? And I said, I said, I just wanted your blessing. You know, and he gave it to me. He said, kick ass, you're gonna. So, you know, it was just, God, to talk about a guilt trip, you know. I felt so guilty, you know. I felt good, but I felt guilty, you know. That seems like ages ago.
He in the locker room crying, call Paulie, tell Paulie come get me. And then he sat in jail that weekend.
Performing Gaming 420.